Hello and welcome. This is Al from Open Source Channel. Welcome again to a new episode on How2. Today I'm going to show you how to install a LAMP server with PHP MyAdmin on your Raspberry Pi. Don't forget you can follow me on my website, you can follow me on Twitter, and of course you can follow me on YouTube. I would like to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. And said so, let's start with the installation of the LAMP server. I'm going to use, as usual, my terminal here using PuTTY, and I'm going to log in. Now, if you followed me last time on how to get started, here you can find the video on how to start. This is all from Open Source Channel. Sorry about that. How to start, first boot, and the install of the XRDP. Now, for this installation, you don't really need XRDP, but if you already got it, that's not a problem. I'm going to minimize the window here for now, and I'm going to log in to my Raspberry Pi. Now, from last installation, I didn't change the logins, so to log in is Pi and the password is Raspberry. There we go. Now, if it's the first time, it's going to ask you to run the configuration file, but any information on how to do that, you can follow me. Sorry, you can follow the video that I'm going to put again as well, a link on how to do that from this video here. Now, anyway, starting that, now let's start with the installation. It's very simple, as you can see on your right. I've already put down all the lines you need for the installation, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy and paste. The first thing you want to do is to update your Raspberry. So what I'm going to do, I'm running sudo apt-get update. Now this is going to take a little bit longer. It depends, when you done it your last update. Usually it wouldn't take more than 2 minutes, unless, as I said, you haven't done it for a long time. Here we go, the update has been done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the installation of the LAMP. I'm starting with the Apache or Apache. Depends where you are in the world. And let's go. Now everything is run with sudo, so means I'm given the root option. I'm going to press yes now to continue. I'd like to stress out that running a web server on a Pi, I don't want anybody now thinking, oh God, I can have my own web server running on a Pi. Yes, you can, but in the real world, I don't think, even if you use the Raspberry Pi 2, the one I'm having at this moment in time, it's not enough, not big enough or powerful enough to run a proper website, especially if you're running a lot of database like WordPress. You can, but of course, it's not powerful. I wouldn't do it in the real world, all right? But nevertheless, if you have just an HTML page you want to display and you only got few people coming to look at your website per day, yeah, you might able to do that. Now, if I go back to my browser and I'm going to type the IP of the Raspberry Pi, I should already see the welcome page of the Raspberry. In this case, it's going to be 192.168.192 for myself. And there we go. As you can see, the Apache is already being installed. Now, once I've done this, next step is to install the MySQL server. Again, I copy and I will paste by right-clicking inside the window and press enter. I'm going to press yes, or just Y in this case, yep, and press enter. Now it's asking for the root password. Now, as I said before on many different type of tutorials that I've made, I always choose simple passwords because what I do is tutorials. In the real world, I would not use a simple password. Now, in this case here, for this tutorial, I'm going to use the word raspberry just to make easy for me to remember. But for the real world, you need a very strong password. Here we go. That's the password I'm going to use. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it and I'm going to press OK. I'm going to repeat the password and press enter again. So the logins of the MySQL is root when you do the installation, and the password is that I've chosen for this tutorial is raspberry. Now it's going to take a little bit of time to do it. While that, I'm going to change this here and I'm going to pause the video for a second and I'll resume as soon as finished. Here we go. The installation of MySQL is finished. Now next step is to install PHP. I'm going to install the version 5. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste and press enter. Going press Y for yes and press enter. There we go, that's been installed. Now next step is to install PHP 5 MySQL. That's the link for PHP and MySQL database. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it, press enter and press Y again. Go and pause it for a second. There we go. Now we have the installation complete. I'm going back to my browser. I'm going again to refresh the page and make sure everything's fine. Everything looks good. Now I'm going to inside the directory for the Apache and I'm going to type cd space /var /www, and here you will find, if I do ls, you can find the HTML file, as you can see here, that will show it works. Now I'm going to create a new file, phpinfo.php, so I will be able to check it out if PHP is perfectly working. So I'm going to type sudo that is nano, then PHP info dot PHP, and I'm going to type this little line here. You can type or copy and paste, it's up to you. Then I'm going to press Control X. I'll say yes. I'm going to type Y, and I'm going to press enter, and the file is being created. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to press I'm going to write ls to make sure it's there, the file, and as you can see, the file is there. So now what I'm going to do in the browser, I'm going to type the IP as it is already there, and I'm going to do /php info .php, and with a little bit of luck it should work. And there we go, the PHP 5 is working perfectly well. Okay, it looks perfectly done. Now what I'm going to show you here before I start the installation of PHP My Admin, I am going to show you something. Now if I'm going to FTP, although there is no FTP server installed, you can still access the Pi and upload and download the files inside the folder, in this case the www Apache folder, by SFTP. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to type the IP number, in this case 192.168.192. I'm going to type the username, in this case it's going to be Pi, and the password is Raspberry for myself. Now for yourself, I don't know if you left it that way or you already chosen a different password. Again, if you use it, make sure you got a proper password, a strong password. The port, now 21 is the default port for FTP. Now we're going to use the same port that SSH using, is port 22, and I'm going to do a quick connect. And as you can see, it is connected. Now if I go back to main root and I'm going to the bottom where it says VRA, okay, let me show you this. As you can see here, VRA. So if I go inside that directory or folder, at the bottom you see www, and here are the two files that are available. The one were visible here when I typed ls. Now what I want to show you here is if I'm going to say I want to upload this file here, the remote, and I want to put it inside there. As you can see here, permission are has been denied. So a lot of people, I can see from the internet, oh, how can you do that? How can you go around it? Now there is a simple way to do that and a more difficult way. Now we go to the more difficult way, but I think this is the proper way. Although I'm sure there's a lot of people who say, oh no, there's even easier. Or perhaps the way I'm going to show you is wrong. Perhaps it is wrong, but I think it's quite correct. Here you can find everything has already been laid down. So all I'm going to do now is copy and paste. But before I do that here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to to the root part of it. So the main root, all right? And then I'm going to start to copy and paste. So I'm going to paste here. And I think I made a mistake there. Copy. And there we go. That's the first line, and I'm going to press enter. It's very simple. Just copy, paste, enter, and job done. Again, I'm going to copy, paste, and enter. Now as you can see here, no such file or directory because I made a mistake. There's a, let's go back here. I mistyped. There's an extra www there. Yeah, here we go. It works. So the next one is going to be this line here. Gmod. That's the permission for the folders. Enter again. And now what I'm doing, I'm going to tell the system that the user Pi needs to be attached to the group www data. Copy that and press enter again. Now if I go back to the FileZilla FTP and I'm going to disconnect, then I do a quick connect again, go back to the root, var www at the end. Now it shouldn't be any problem when I try to upload or even download these files. And here we go, the remote text has been uploaded. As you can see, it shouldn't be any problem. I'm going to remove the remote that I just uploaded and the PHP info PHP that I created, and I'm going to press yes there and delete it. So here we go, we done that part of it, and I'm going to disconnect. That's been disconnect. I'm going to close this. Now we're going to start the installation of PHP MyAdmin. Just want to make sure I'm still recording. And all I'm going to do is type sudo apt-get install PHP MyAdmin. Once you type that, press enter and just follow the screen. Going to press Y for yes, enter. Now it's going to ask you the password that you have chosen when you installed the MySQL server. And if you remember, I used the word Raspberry. You're going to use the password you wanted, of course, you know, the one you just chosen when you installed the MySQL server. Now it's asking me which type of web server. Of course, I installed Apache, so I'm going to press spacebar and then I'm going to press OK and press enter. That was the first step. Now it's asking for configuration of a PHP MyAdmin. Of course, you need to press yes. Now it's asking for the password database that was being chosen when you install the server. In that case, as I mentioned earlier on, for me it's going to be Raspberry. So I'm going to press. So I'm going to write Raspberry, and I'm going to go on OK and press enter. I'm going to type the MySQL application password for the PHP MyAdmin. Again, it's up to you. You can actually choose something different if you wanted to, or you can leave it blank. But again, you know, if you leave it blank, a random password will be generated. That's up to you. I'm going to use my own password. I'm going to go on OK and press enter again, and I'm going to reconfirm by putting the same password again. Again on OK and press enter. Alright, so now installation has been done. Now the next step is to include inside the file apache2.conf or configuration this line, include space /etc/php myadmin /apache conf. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open this file apache2.conf with nano, And again, you can type exactly as I typed here, typed over here, and I'm going to press then enter. It's going to be a long list. What I'm going to do is I'm going until the end of the file. And I'm going to write this line inside the window here, or you can, if you write it before, you put on a different file, you can copy and paste, or you can write it. Make sure that the include have the I as a uppercase, all the rest is a lowercase. Once that's been done, I'm going to press Ctrl and X. I'm going to press enter. With Y, or just tap Y is up to you. Yeah. And then just press enter to write the file. Now I'm going back to my browser, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to test if PHP MyAdmin works. In that case, it's going to be the IP of the Raspberry /PHP MyAdmin. And if everything went well, it should work, hopefully. And here we go. Now to log into your PHP MyAdmin, let me go back here. As you can see here, I wrote root and the password. So it's going to be root and the password. In my case, it's Raspberry. And I'm going to press go. I'm going to say remember for now. And there we go, you got a working web server running Apache, PHP 5, MySQL server, and PHP MyAdmin to create databases. Here, of course, you can create privileges. As you can see, this is root. You can create your own users if you want to. And that's it, really. That's what it's all about. Thank you again. Don't forget to like and share my video. The more you like it, the more video I can make. At the moment, I got 1,331 subscribers, and I don't know how many views I have. I think about 200,000. Yeah, 225,350. I think I should put a goal somewhere here. I would like to get up to 5,000 subscribers by the end of next year, with at least 500,000 views. Could you help me? I'm sure you can. Don't forget to like my video, or dislike if you don't like it, and share as much as you can, and I'll really appreciate what you do. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.